And we're gonna get started in a seat whenever you are ready. Good, excellent. So take your time getting there. You can sit on your knees if you want to. You can sit with your legs loosely crossed if you'd like to. You can find a butterfly posture, whatever feels best here to start out this evening or this afternoon, wherever it is that you are. Good. If you'd like to sit on something, you're welcome to sit on something. That's completely up to you too. And then once you make your way to your seat, think about rooting down through both sit bones. So we have equal pressure on both sides of those butt cheeks. And then we have a nice dignified spine all the way from our glutes, all the way up past the shoulders to the top of the head. Nice tall posture, beautiful. And shoulder blades relaxed onto the back here. You can place your hands on your thighs, your knees, in your lap, whatever seems to feel good. And then if there's any movements you'd like to make here to get started, you can roll the shoulders. You can gently rock your head side to side, just coming into the body, just noticing how everything feels. If you have an intention you would like to set for this afternoon's practice, you can take a moment and silently set that intention for yourself. And then as we begin to gently bring the body here into stillness, we can begin to come into the breath. Again, allowing ourselves to reset with our dignified posture. Crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. And then as we begin to breathe a little deeper, you can think about expanding your rib cage through the front, the back, and the sides. So expand in all four directions. And then each exhale is an opportunity to release and to let go. We'll do several rounds just like that. Full breaths in, front, back, and sides of the rib cage expand. Taking some full breaths out to release and let go. Let's take 5 more just like that. I'll make my way to my mat here in a moment. Big breaths in. Full breaths out. Let's take 2 more rounds of breath. Inhales. And exhales. Once more, big inhale here. Full exhale out. If your eyes are closed, you can gently blink your eyes open. And then we'll inhale to reach those arms all the way overhead, pressing the palms together, gaze up at your thumbs, and allow your shoulder blades to resettle onto the back here. And then we'll take another breath in this posture. Exhaling, hands to heart center, pause here. Beautiful, twice more. Inhale, reach up, palms press, gaze up. Exhaling, hands coming to heart center. One more time, inhale, let's reach up. Exhaling, hands to heart center. Good, this time as we reach up, we're gonna wrap our right fingers around our left wrist here. And as we do so, we can sort of expand the ribcage up and out. So we'll take a breath in to expand up. And then as we exhale, we'll use the right hand to gate the torso over to the right. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling back to center, release the wrist. Exhale, hands draw to heart center. Good, and then we'll do the other side. Inhale, arms come all the way up, and then left fingers around right wrist. And again, we can sort of expand up and out, maybe thinking about moving away from your hip creases. Inhaling here, and then we'll exhale using our left hand to gate our torso to the left. Big breath in. Full breath out. And then we'll inhale ourselves back to center, press those palms together, gaze up. And then as we exhale, hands drawing to heart center here. Beautiful. We'll make our way over to our tabletop position. Take your time as you get there. Let's check alignment as we set ourselves up here. So shoulders are over wrists here. Spread your fingers wide. You can have your toes tucked under like mine are, or you can untuck them, whichever feels better. And then your knees can be directly under your hips or slightly behind, whatever feels better for you. We're going to inhale, allowing the belly to drop, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And then as we exhale, push the mat away. Twice more. Inhale, drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. And exhale, push the mat away. One more time. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the gaze, lift the tailbone. And exhaling to push the mat away. Coming back to our neutral spine here. Root down firmly through your left hand. We're going to bring the right arm up towards the sky, opening up to the right. Take a big inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to weave the right arm under the body, coming down onto the cheek. The left hand can stay, or you can walk your left hand forward like child's pose. Take an inhale. And an exhale. One more time. Inhale here. And exhale. And then we'll draw that left hand back if you moved it. Press firmly through that left hand. Open up your torso to the right. Inhale. And then exhale that right hand back down, tabletop. Good, and then we'll switch sides. Inhaling to open up to the left fingers to the sky. Exhale to weave that left arm under, coming down onto your cheek. Keeping your hips up high, and then you can keep your right hand there or walk your right hand like child's pose. Inhale. And exhale. Take another breath in. And out. And then we'll draw that right hand back if you moved it. Press firmly through that right hand. Open up to the left arm up. Inhale. And then exhale that left hand back down, tabletop position again. One more round of cat-cow. Inhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze, lift your tailbone. And then exhale to push the mat away. Coming back to our neutral spine here. We're going to set our knees about 5 inches behind our hips here. So we have a long table. You'll have to restack your shoulders over your wrists. Beautiful. Spread your fingers wide. Tuck your toes under. Take a big inhale. And then we'll exhale those hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet as much as you'd like to, my friends. You can wiggle your hips. See what feels good here. Take note of those hips and hamstrings and how they feel. And then let's find some stillness in this downward facing dog. Let's take a full breath in and a full breath out. We're going to inhale our hips a little bit higher. Walk our feet towards our hands. Take your time, finding a forward fold at the top of the mat. A little bend in those knees if you'd like to get started here. This is our first forward fold. And then we'll bring our hands to our shins. Inhale, come up halfway, find a flat back. Exhale to fold down. Coming all the way up to standing, everybody. Press firmly through those feet. Torso comes all the way up. Press your palms together, overhead, gaze up at your thumbs. And then we'll exhale, hands to heart center. Mountain pose, Tadasana. Good. So feet should be about hip distance apart here. And we're going to do our same side bends we did earlier. So inhale those arms up. We're going to place right fingers around left wrist. I know you can't see my hand. Right? And then we think about expanding up towards the ceiling, moving your rib cage up away from your hips, right? So inhale here, get super tall. And then we're going to exhale to the right, using that right hand to gate ourselves to the right. Full breath in. And a breath out. Inhale back to center, we'll switch right away. So left fingers around right wrist. And then as we inhale, get tall here. Exhale, take it to the left. Full breath in. Full breath out. As we inhale, unhook the wrist, palms press. And then as we exhale, stabilizing squat. So the torso is going to come parallel to the floor. Send your hips back, press your palms together. You can gaze down between those toes. Take a breath in and a breath out. Find one more inhale. And then as we exhale, we're going to fold forward all the way over those legs. Little bend in those knees if you need it, my friends. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then as we exhale, we'll plant those hands, stepping it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Let's take 2 more breaths. Inhale here. One more breath. Let's inhale the right leg towards the ceiling, square hips to start here. And then we're gonna bend that right knee and open up the hips so that hip creases are open to the right side of your mat. You can keep your foot flexed. Try to square your shoulders. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. And then we'll inhale ourselves back to center, squaring off your hips. Exhale to step your right foot forward, bringing your left knee down, finding a low leg lunge here on this first side. Beautiful. So we're getting into this back hip a little bit to get us started. Make sure that your right knee stacks on top of your right ankle, and shoulders are over hips. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take one more inhale. And then as we exhale, frame your front foot. Lift your back knee, stepping back to downward facing dog. Big breath in here. Full breath out. This time we'll inhale our left leg towards the ceiling, square hips to start. And then we bend our left knee, opening up the hip here. So hip creases point towards the left side of the mat. Try to square off your shoulders. And you can keep that left foot flexed. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll inhale to square off those hips, extend that left leg back. Exhaling to step it forward, drop your back knee down, coming into low leg lunge on this side. Good. Shoulders are over hips, left knee on top of left ankle, fingertips reach up. Find a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll frame that front foot. Lift your back knee, step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a big breath out. Send your hips a little bit higher. We'll take our baby steps, feet towards hands, finding our forward fold at the top of the mat. Hands come to shins. Inhale, come up halfway, finding a flat back. Exhale to fold. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressed together, overhead gaze up at your thumbs. On our exhale, we're headed right back down, my friends. Forward fold right away. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. And then as we exhale, plant those hands, take it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. 2 more breaths. Once more. Inhaling our right leg towards the ceiling, square hips here. Exhale to step it forward. Let's keep our back knee lifted, everybody. We're gonna come into our first full-size crescent lunge of the afternoon. Good. So right knee stacks on top of that right ankle. Try to square your hips as much as you can here. Press firmly through the ball of your back foot. Shoulders over hips, arms reach up. Big breath in. Big exhale. Take one more breath. And then as we exhale, we're gonna frame our front foot and we'll step back to downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Full exhale. Inhaling our left leg towards the ceiling, square hips, my friends. Exhale, step your left leg forward. Back knee stays lifted. Crescent lunge on this side. Check it out, take your time. Beautiful. Find your alignment, right? We square hips, shoulders over hips, left knee on top of left ankle. Take a breath in and a breath out. One more inhale. Exhale to frame your front foot. Step it back to downward facing dog. Find a big breath here. And a full breath out. Two more, inhale. And exhale. One more time, big breath in. Full breath out. We're gonna inhale ourselves to a high plank this time, pause here. So shoulders are over wrists, spread your fingers wide. You are welcome to bring your knees down if you would like to, that's completely up to you. So knees down or full size high plank. Zip up your entire core here. Shoulders are over wrists. Take a big breath in and a full breath out. Find one more, inhale. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Big breath here. Full breath out. Inhale those hips a little bit higher. You can take your baby steps or one giant step to the top of the mat, finding a forward fold once we arrive. Hands come to shins, inhale, bringing it up halfway. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Palms pressing together overhead, gaze up at your thumbs. And we're taking it all the way back down, forward fold on our exhale. Hands come to shins, bringing it up halfway. As we exhale, plant those hands firmly, taking it back to downward facing dog. One big breath here this time, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling our right leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. We've been here before, full size crescent lunge, right leg forward. Beautiful. Good. Shoulders are over hips, right knee stacks. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. So we're gonna work on that side bend that we did earlier. So your right fingers are gonna wrap around your left wrist here. As you inhale, bring those shoulders away from those hips. As we exhale, we're gonna side bend it to the right here. Stay strong in those legs, everybody. Big breath in. Full breath out. Take one more inhale. Stay for your exhale. And then inhale back to center, release the wrist, palms press. Exhale to frame your front foot. Step it back this time to high plank, everybody. Shoulders over wrists, knees up or down, your choice here. Zip up your core. Take a full breath in. And a breath out. One more inhale here. And then exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhale our left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward, crescent lunge on this side. Take your time getting there. Beautiful. Left knee stacks on top of that left ankle. We want to be nice and square here through that torso, everybody. And then we're going to wrap left fingers around right wrist. As we inhale, draw those shoulders away from those hip creases. As we exhale, side bending to the left. Full breath in. And a breath out. Inhale. Stay for your exhale. Inhale, release the wrist, palms press. Exhale, frame that front foot, take it back to your high plank. Fire up that belly here. Knees up or down, your choice. Shoulders are over wrists. Take a full breath in. And then exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. 3 breaths here, everybody. You can find child's pose if you'd like to. That is up to you. One more breath. If you're you're in child's pose, come back up to downward facing dog. And then when everybody's ready, send those hips a little bit higher. You can take your baby steps, one giant step, or hop to the top of your mat. Forward fold once you get there. Hands come to shins. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale to fold down. Let's bring those big toes all the way together. And then when you're ready, chair pose, Utkatasana. Let's settle in. So feet are together, ankles together, inner thighs together, hips are square. When you look down, you should be able to see your toes. And then your biceps can frame your ears. Beautiful, big breath in. Full breath out, sit a little lower. And then we're gonna inhale to stand up, press your palms together, gaze up. Exhale to forward fold over those legs. Hands come to shins. Inhaling halfway up. And then as we exhale, plant your hands, taking it back to downward facing dog. Full breath here. Full breath out. Inhale our right leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhaling to step it forward, crescent lunge through those legs here. Torso rises up. When you're ready, take your time. Check your alignment. We want to see how everything feels. Make sure everything is where it needs to be here. Big breath in. Full breath out. We're going to interlace those hands behind the lower back. So set your shoulders back here. Thumbs can attach to your lower back. Chest shines up towards the sky. Stay very strong in those legs, everyone. Inhale. And then as we exhale, torso comes over that front thigh. You can keep your hands on your lower back if you want to, or start to extend your palms away from your lower back. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more breath for this point. And then we're gonna unhook those hands, send our hips back here, straightening the right leg, coming into our hamstring stretch on this right side. So if you need to shift a little bit, you might have to scoot your back foot forward a little bit, that's okay. You might need to put your hands on your right shin, that's okay. Fingertips or flat palms, also welcome. Try to square off those hips as much as we can here. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. And then as we exhale, carefully bend into your right knee. Place those hands firmly on the mat and take it back to downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Full exhale. Inhaling that left leg towards the ceiling. Exhale to step it forward, finding our crescent lunge on this side. Take your time. Beautiful, good. Nice and strong in those legs, everybody. Shoulders are over hips. We're nice and square through that torso. And then again, we're gonna interlace those hands behind the lower back. Start out with your thumbs on your lower back here. And then roll your shoulders back, chest up. Inhale, stay strong in those legs. Exhale, fold forward over that front thigh. Good, you're welcome to start to straighten those elbows if you'd like to. Hands will come away from the body. That is up to you. Taking it to your edge for the shoulder opener. Full breath in. Full breath out. Take one more inhale. And then as we exhale, we're gonna unhook the hands, send those hips back to straighten the left knee. Again, if you need to scoot your back foot forward a bit, that's okay. Fingertips, shin or flat palms, whatever you can do here. Send all that breath to that left hamstring. Full inhale. And exhale. One more breath in. As we exhale, we'll bend into that left knee, plant those hands firmly, and take it back to downward facing dog. Let's take a breath in here. And a breath out. Inhaling yourselves to a high plank. Knees up or down, my friends, that's up to you. Shoulders are over wrists, spread your fingers wide. And then we're gonna lift our right foot off the floor here about 2 inches. So just a little lift away from the floor, fire up your belly. That right foot is just hovering above the ground. Shoulders are still stacked over those wrists. Take an inhale. And then as we exhale, plant that right foot back down again. High plank, inhale, and exhale. And then that left foot is gonna hover just above the mat. Fire up your belly. If you're on your knees, you're just lifting up the knee. Inhale. And then as we exhale, plant that left foot down. Everybody take a breath in. Exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Find a big inhale. Full expansive exhale. Inhaling our right leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhaling to step it forward. Pop up onto those fingertips, everybody. Pause here for a second. We want square hips. Right knee stacks on top of that right ankle. And then we're gonna pivot our left foot down to come into warrior two with our legs, but our torso is still over this right thigh. We're gonna set up our legs first. Take a big inhale here. And a full exhale. And then we're gonna bring right forearm to right thigh, opening up left fingers to the sky. Different way to get into our side angle pose here. Big breath in. Full breath out. You can keep your left arm up or begin to hover the left arm above your left ear. Let's everybody sink into that right thigh a little bit more. Full breath in. Breath out. One more round of breath, my friends. Stay here for your exhale. And then if that left hand is hovered, we'll bring that left arm back up. We're gonna bring our torso all the way up to a warrior two here. Look at that, beautiful. And then flip the right palm. Reach the right hand towards the wall behind us. Revolve. Inhale. And exhale. And then we'll cartwheel our hands down to frame that right foot. Square off your hips. And then step back to downward facing dog. Big breath in. And a breath out. Inhaling our left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhaling to step it forward. Pop up onto those fingertips here. Make sure your left knee stacks on top of your left ankle. And then when you're ready, we're gonna pivot our back heel down to find warrior two in those legs before we go anywhere. Fire up your glutes, everybody. And then when you're ready, left forearm comes to left thigh. Torso opens up, right fingers to the sky. Side angle pose on this side. Big inhale. Full exhale. You can keep that right arm up if you'd like, or you can hover the right arm above the right ear. Stay strong in those legs. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath, everybody. And then that right arm comes back up. We're gonna bring our torso up, finding warrior two on this side. And then we'll flip the left palm, reach the left hand back, revolve. Take an inhale. And an exhale. And then we're gonna cartwheel those hands down to frame that left foot. Square off your hips, step it back to downward facing dog. Big inhale here. Big exhale. Sending those hips a little bit higher. Walk, step, or jump, feet to hands. Big toes touch at the top of the mat once we arrive. Hands come to shins, inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold. Chair pose, Utkatasana. Hips come back and down. Big breath in. Full breath out. Let's bring our hands to heart center here. Get as long as you can through that entire torso on your inhale. And then as we exhale, we'll twist it to the right. Left tricep hooks to the outside of the right thigh. Those knees are going to want to come apart. You want to track your knees right next to each other. And then yogi's choice here, you can stay with your palms pressed or you can open up your arms on the right side. Full breath in. Full breath out. Palms come together on that right side if they're apart. We're going to inhale ourselves back to center. And then we'll exhale, twisting it to the left. Right tricep hooks to the outside of that left thigh. Good, yogi's choice on this side too. You can stay here or you can open up those arms. Big breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale. Stay strong in that chair pose, everybody. Use those glutes. Press those palms together at the side if they're apart. Come on back to center, inhale. And then we'll forward fold on our exhale. Separate your feet about 2 fist widths apart, so that's hip distance. And then depending on how your hamstrings feel today, you can grab opposite elbows here, or you can grab your big toes. Try to stack hip, knee, and ankle all in a line. And then once you're ready, let your head hang heavy, 3 breaths. One more breath. And then we'll unhook those hands. Bring your hands to your shins. Inhale to come on up halfway, flat back. As we exhale, plant those hands firmly, stepping it back to downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling ourselves to a high plank. Knees up or down, my friends. Shoulders are over those wrists. Spread your fingers wide. And then we're going to bring that right foot to a hover just off the ground. Use your glute to lift up that leg. Fire up your belly. One more breath here. And then let that right foot settle down. And then we'll bring our left foot to a hover just off the floor. Fire up your core. Inhale. And then we'll let that left foot come down. Everybody's in a high plank. Knees up or down. Take a breath in. And then we're going to lower down to the belly. Untuck your toes. Find a baby cobra. We're going to do a series of these. So you have a little bend in your elbows. Inhale. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, press up baby cobra again. Exhale, lower down. One more time. Baby cobra on your inhale or full cobra if you want to go for it. That's up to you. You can even look to the right and look to the left, your choice. Everybody's got one more inhale. And then we'll send those hips to the sky on the exhale for downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. 2 more breaths, everybody. Inhale. And exhale. 1 more breath. Inhale here. And exhale. We'll inhale our right leg towards the sky. Exhale to step it forward. Popping up onto those fingertips. Take a big breath in. Send those hips back, straighten your right knee. We have been here before. See how that right hamstring feels this time. Square hips. Full breath in. Full breath out. And then we're going to bend into that right knee, setting both hands to the inside of that right foot. Scoot your right foot out to the width of your mat. Right toes point forward. Finding lizard lunge here for a moment. Big inhale, everybody. Full exhale. If you need to bring your back knee down, please feel free. We're going to take 2 more breaths. One more breath. If your back knee is on the mat, lift it back up again. And then we're going to rotate ourselves to the left side of our mat, coming into a wide-legged forward fold, round 1. You're going to have to scoot your feet around, that's okay. And then we're going to bring our hands to our hips, coming all the way up to standing. Good. So adjust your feet as much as you need to. You want to have a nice wide stance here. Your toes are in slightly, heels are out. And then we have shoulders over hips to get us started. Hands on hips to get us started. We're going to inhale to roll the shoulders back, chest up. Exhale to come halfway down, find a flat back, check your alignment. Hip, knee, and ankle all stacked here. And then you can bring hands to the floor. You can come down to forearms. You can grab your feet. We're gonna do 2 rounds of this posture here, so you'll have a chance to try something different if you want to. We have 3 breaths. One more breath. And then we'll bring those hands back under the face, flat palms, coming up to a flat back, so it's a halfway lift. And then as we exhale, we're gonna rotate ourselves around to frame our right foot. Plant those hands firmly. When you are ready, step back to high plank and pause here. Take a big breath in. Stay here for your breath out. Zip up your belly. We're gonna lift that right foot off the floor. Knees are up or down, everybody. That's up to you. And then you have a choice here. We're all gonna head to the belly. You can keep your right foot hovered off the floor or drop that right foot down. Everybody to the belly. And then both feet are down. Baby cobra or full cobra. We've been here before too. Beautiful, take an inhale. And then we'll exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling that left leg towards the ceiling, square hips. Exhale to step it forward. Come on up onto those fingertips here. We're gonna send those hips back to straighten that left knee, hamstring stretch on this side. Big inhale. Full exhale. And then we'll bend into our left knee. Both hands to the inside of that left foot. Walk your left foot out to the width of your mat here. Lizard lunge for 3 breaths. Back knee up or down, your choice, my friends. We'll stay on our hands. One more breath. And then if that back knee is on the ground, lift that back knee up again. And then we're gonna carefully pivot to the right side of our mat, coming into our second set of wide-legged forward fold. You're gonna have to scoot those feet again, everybody, that's okay. And then we'll bring hands to hips, carefully bringing that torso all the way up. I'm just gonna turn this way because it makes me happy to turn this way to face you. Good, and then make sure that your stance is wide, just like we did before. Toes in slightly, heels out. Lots of options this time. So you can do exactly what we did before, hands on hips, or you can interlace your hands behind your lower back. We've done this before today too, okay? So if you want to go that route, press your thumbs into your lower back, and then whether your hands are on your hips or interlaced, everybody roll shoulders back, chest up. And then we'll come to flat back first. So come halfway down. Make sure that your hips, knee, and ankles are all stacked. And then when you're ready, you can let your torso fold forward. If your hands are interlaced, you can start to work the shoulder opener. If your hands are not interlaced, you can place your hands on the mat, come down to forearms, or grab your feet. 3 breaths. And then everybody's hands come down onto the mat. Come to a flat back, halfway lift here. And then when you exhale, you're gonna frame your left foot. Plant those hands firmly, step back to a high plank. Adjust your feet as you need to. Shoulders are over wrists, everybody spread your fingers wide, and we're gonna take that left foot to that hover. Just above the floor. Your knees are up or down, that's up to you. And then if you wanna try the challenge on this side, you'll come down to the belly with that left foot elevated. And then both feet are down. Baby cobra or full cobra, your choice. Inhale. And then we'll exhale, hips to sky, downward facing dog. Big breath in, everybody. Full breath out. Let's take 2 more breaths. 1 more breath. And then we'll inhale those hips a little bit higher, walk, step, or jump to the top of your mat. Inhale to come up halfway. Exhale to fold down. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Pressing those palms together, overhead gaze up at your thumbs. Exhaling, hands to heart center, mountain pose, Tadasana. We're gonna take goddess today, my friends, because we are goddesses, right? Okay, so a non-yogi transition to get into this pose here. So just like our wide-legged forward fold, our feet are nice and wide, but our toes are out this time. And then when you're ready, once you feel stable with those feet, you can start to bend into those knees. Good. So whatever direction your toes point, your knees should go the same way. You want to try to tuck your tailbone under, have your shoulders over your hips. Good. And then sink as low as you can into those thighs. Hands on hips, thighs, or knees, your choice. I sometimes like a little rock side to side here to settle in. We'll take 3 breaths right here. Stay nice and low. One more breath. We're gonna bring right forearm to right thigh, left fingers to the sky. We're gonna stay here. You have an option to go a little bit deeper if you're feeling good today. You can bring your right hand all the way down onto the mat, close to that right heel. Keep those left fingers up. That is an option. You don't have to go there today. You can stay up. Up to you. But everybody stay low in that goddess. Big breath in. Full breath out. Stay here for one more inhale. And then as we exhale, everybody's torso comes back to center. Thighs should be on fire. Fire them up, right? And then left forearm to left thigh, right fingers to the sky. You can stay exactly here where I am, or you can bring left hand down onto the mat. Your choice. Full breath in. Full breath out. One more inhale, my friends. Bring that torso back up to goddess here. Stay low in those legs. Cactus those arms. Find the full expression of this pose. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale to reach those fingers up. Straighten those knees. Straighten those arms. And then exhale, hands back down to those hips. Woo, we can heel toe those feet all the way in together. We can scoot our way back to the top of our mat here. Inhale to reach up. Exhaling to fold forward over those legs. Hands come to shins. Inhale, coming up halfway. And then as we exhale, taking it back to high plank. We're gonna do this one more time, everybody. Knees up or down. Right foot comes to a hover off the ground. Zip up your core. Inhale. And exhale. Right foot comes down, left foot comes up to a hover. Take a breath in and a breath out. Left foot back down to the mat. Both feet are on the mat. Everybody drop to the belly or chaturanga this time. Baby cobra, full cobra, or upward facing, your choice. Last one. And then we'll exhale, hips to sky. Downward facing dog. Full breath in. Full breath out. Inhaling those hips a little bit higher. Walk, step, or jump. Feet to hands. And then we'll come all the way down into boat. Yes. All right, so our starting position here, you're on your sit bones. Hands are on the back of your knees here, or the back of your hamstring. Knees are bent. Good. If this feels good, you can release the hands. You can bring the hands up. You can straighten the legs. Right, lots of versions of this here. Let's take 2 breaths. One more breath. Good, come back to our starting position here. So catch the back of your hamstrings here. Knees are bent, flex those toes up. Good, all right, next challenge here. We're gonna keep the right leg, extend the left leg down, and then switch sides. Left knee bends, right leg goes straight. Alternating. And alternating. Good, 3 more on each side here. Try to keep your chest up as tall as you can as we extend out. 2 more here. And 1 more each. Good, we got one more challenge. Back to our original boat. We're gonna go from here down to low boat. Extend your legs, torso comes down. Big breath in. Exhaling, back up to boat. Yep. Twice more, everybody. Hover, inhale. Exhale, boat. One more time, my friends. Inhale, lower. Exhale, up to boat. And then wrap your forearms around your shins. Make your way onto your back. Woo! You can rock side to side here if you'd like to. Let's take a couple of breaths now that we've made it onto our mats. And then we'll place those feet on the floor here. Walk our feet out to the width of the mat. Let your knees come in together. Arms can take up as much space as you'd like. Take a big inhale. Exhale, let those knees fall to the right. Knees will come apart, feet stay apart. Take a gentle twist here. 3 breaths. One more breath. Bring those knees back to center so the feet are wide, the knees knock in. Again, arms can take up as much space as you'd like. And then we find an inhale. Exhale those knees to the left. Feet wide, knees wide. 3 breaths here. And then drawing knees back to center. Bring your knees into your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug. Take a moment here. And then we'll reach in between those knees, grabbing the ankles, arches, or toes for a happy baby. Rocking side to side. And then we'll draw those knees back in. If there's any other moves you would like to take, any other postures you'd like, you can feel free. If you would like some more core work, we can do one more round of core here. If you are not interested in more core work, you can ignore me for the next couple of minutes here. So if you want more core, we're bent at the knees, the hips, and the ankles, right? So we're at 90, 90, 90. Hands behind your head, elbows out wide. And then gently lifting the head, shoulders and elbows off the floor. Keep your elbows wide. And just like we did in boat, we're gonna drop the right leg down to a hover, finding an exhale to draw it back. Inhale, left leg down to a hover. Exhale to draw it back. Switch, inhale, right. Exhale to bring it back. Left side. Good, we got 3 more on each side. Elbows stay super wide. Head and shoulders are lifted. Left leg comes down. And up, 2 more on each side. Right leg reaches, draws up. Left leg reaches, and up. And 1 more time each. Right leg reaches, and comes up. Left leg reaches, and comes up. If you want one last one, both legs out to a hover. Head and shoulders stay up. Squeeze your butt cheeks, elbows wide. 3, 2, exhale, draw knees to chest, forearms around shins. And then everybody reset with that breath. We still have a few more moments here. If you took a twist to one side, make sure you take a twist to the other side. As always, if you are ready for full Shavasana, please feel free to go there. If you haven't made your way there yet, you can begin to bring yourself down into your final resting pose for today's practice. Your legs will extend long. Your feet will come out to the width of your mat. Head is heavy and supported by the earth beneath you. Let's take a full breath in. Exhaling into our yoga mats, enjoying full Shavasana. Let's take a full breath all the way in and a full breath all the way out. Gently beginning to wiggle fingers and toes, rolling the wrists and the ankles. If it feels good, you can gently rock your head side to side. And then whenever you feel ready, we'll extend those arms all the way overhead, getting as long as we can from those fingertips to those toes. Take a full breath in. Exhaling to draw your knees in towards your chest, wrap your forearms around your shins. Give yourself a big hug. Whenever you feel ready, you can make your way over to your favorite side in a fetal position. And we'll pause here for a moment, as we always do, to call to mind who in our lives we are grateful for. With a heart full of gratitude, use both hands to bring you up to a comfortable seat. Drawing hands together at heart center, eyes open or closed, your choice here. We'll close out today's practice with one more round of breath together. Let's inhale and exhale. The light inside of me loves and honors the light inside each of you. Namaste. Yay, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Courtney.
Thank you so much, Gail. Great job.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you so much, Courtney. I feel a million times better.
Thank
You what?
Forward
Oh,
to the
thank
next
you.
time. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you.